Reshut HaChamim. I'm humbled to stay here, to stand in front of you. I have no merit to be standing here and talking. And to talk for Rabbi David. The reason I'm standing here is because I had a zechut. I had a zechut for over 3 years to share an office with Rabbi David. I came to France, to Otzala Torah. I was responsible of Ruhaniyut in Otzala Torah, France. And the Mefakeach, the inspector was Rabbi David. And supposedly we are colleagues and peers, peers. I remember Rabbi David coming to inspect me in the class when I was 5 years or 6 years old. I remember the question that he was making me. I remember the prize, a watch that I got. They took it away from me. Me next to Rabbi David. But you know what? It was a great experience. Rabbi David made an impact on everyone. I knew of Rabbi David as a child. I knew of Rabbi David when I got married. I married a girl from Ceuta. My father-in-law, tell me how that can happen. We're talking about things, and my father-in-law was talking about Rabbi David Bouskila visit to Ceuta. Why? Ceuta had no Isara Torah, has nothing. But Rabbi David made, when he went to Tetuan, when he went in Tangier, Tetuan, he made himself to go to Ceuta because he knew that there is no Talmud Torah, because he knew that there is no Jewish education. And he went over there many times. I was sleeping by my father-in-law, pushing them to have a Talmud Torah, to have class, to have learning, to try to bring something up from there. And now I'm sitting in the same office. But mamash, my table here and his table across. And you know, watch Rabbi David. Hasid. Hasid means in all the behaviors you can see Torah. In the way to speak, in the way to talk, but more than that, well, to smile. You never saw Rabbi David without a smile on the face. I had the merit to drive him to visit the classes and classrooms. Rabbi David had a rule. He came, he'd go to the back of the class. He taught me that. Go, you sit on the back, and you see, and you look. And then you go to the front, and you go to next to the child, and you look his mahberet, and you point something here, and then to the front, and you ask questions to the class, and sometimes you ask to the child. Never ever embarrass anybody. Never ever someone could feel that he is making an inspection, that he's been criticized. Never. And when he did that in the classroom, obviously the teacher has after that to sit with Rabbi David and to see evaluation. I never had the zechut to be in that room. I never had the zechut to sit on the room when the rabbi was talking about to the teacher. He went to a class, he put the teacher alone, and they spoke. And you will see, I was in the class. I know what happened. I know how much we have to tell to this teacher. How was it? Teacher came out of the class with a smile, happy, encouraged. He had the lesson. It was 25 minutes with him. For sure he had a lesson how to teach and what to have to improve and how to improve it. But he was satisfied because the rabbi gave him enthusiasm, motivation. He gave him koach to continue. He was really teaching teachers and nobody like him. In the way back, when we drove back, they said, I drove 100 times with him. I don't know the address of the house. I used to pick him from the Orion. But I don't know how to get to the house. You know why? Because we were talking. And he was talking Divrei Torah, and Divrei Torah were talking about the teacher and what he told them, what he didn't tell them. And he was directing me to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, what we get. By myself, it was impossible to find my way, because it was absorbing. To be next to Rabbi David, you get absorbed. You couldn't. Rabbi David, כי ההולך אדם אל בית עולמו וסבבו בשוק הסופדים. When a person like him goes to Beit Olamo, everyone has something to say about him. It's not only the family, because he's missing. He's meeting so many. When we say thousands of people who got his Torah, it's literally thousands of thousands. You know, on my days, we start a school in France, a little one. I don't even remember the street, a little one. And Otzara Torah has rules that until 3rd grade, you can, hopefully not, but you can have co-ed. After 3rd grade, there is no co-ed, it is separated classroom. And that school was impossible to get that room. It was in a neighborhood that the people were not on that level. We didn't have enough students. We needed to have it. Rabbi David made that school his baby. We came not once a month, no once. We came literally for a while every single week to encourage the teacher, to encourage the principal, and to be there on the program, and to follow up. And we were taking children from public schools in 3rd and 4th grade. They didn't know how to read in the middle of nowhere. School of public. Rabbi David, with the patient, taught the teacher how you can get the class in 2 levels. For the beginners and the one who are, you can do that. It's possible. Let me teach you how. Softness of the way to talk. Softness. Sweetness. But sweetness. Like if he was excuse himself. The way to move was excusing himself. He was talking to you, and with a large smile. I was present on the difficult meetings with the direction, with the principals. That was difficult things, like in every institution, politics and wajaras. No haser. Rabbi David needed to be there and stand for. Don't think that his anava was making him to be quiet and not active. No. Ha'emet ela busha. The emet was said. But immediately after with a smile. Immediately after with something. Yeah. We can fight with it. Yeah, you have to swallow the pill. You swallow it, but you feel also the sweetness. אנשי אמונה עבדו, באים בכוח מעשיהם. When we said אנשי אמונה, it's not people of faith. It's people of convinced, certainty, emet. That's what he was. A man that being next to him, you feel confident. Being next to him, you understand that what he's telling you has great basis. מה השם דורש ממך? כי ימעשו משפט, אהבת חסד, והצנע לכת עם אלוהיך. אהבת חסד. He was there for everyone. A bridge that we heard from the beginning of the night, the bridge, was a bridge between generations. He could speak with the child, he could speak with the teacher, he could speak with the mfakeh, with the principal, and with the head of the principals. At the same time, each one of them in their language. And to click and to bond. That's a mehanech. Mehanech is the one who leave his mark on the people around him. He was a real mehanech, in all the sense of the term. Yaakov Avinu lo met. Rabbi David is still around us. And I have to tell you, I said that when he was walking, you see Sefer Torah, how he behaved, right? Sefer Torah mehalech. And you felt it. I can take that image. I went to visit him a few months ago. I went to visit Rabbi David. His wife didn't move from being next to him. What an example. I saw during the days that we shared the kavod that he gave to his wife, the way that he spoke to his wife and about his wife. And I saw the way that she didn't move from next to him. He had help, but she was there. She would not leave him a second, even not to walk the elevator. And I was told that when they took Rabbi David from the house, she said, look, Sefer Torah is leaving. My friends, there is no one like your wife who knows who you are. There is no one that can say you are a Hasid more than your own wife. And she was the one who said, this is Sefer Torah. The Sefer Torah is leaving the room. We have the privilege to have a great man, great leader, great Hacham, great Hasid around us. And the Hasid make an impact only also on the people who didn't know him. You know why? Because he's like an oven. It's hot inside, he's have a repercussion around him. He's have the heater. And that's what he was to a generation. And now it's cold. You feel the cold, you feel the missing of the Rabbi. I know, mentioning his children, we went a long way. Rabbi Gad and I went to school together. And I could brag of that with Rabbi David. I brag, God. I have so much nachat. Not only for God, for all of the children. I got to know the one that I didn't know. Dan, I knew it, from Rabbi David. I never met him before. He was proud of each one of each children. Baruch Hashem Zachar. And now it's your turn. He put the bar very high to all of us, and to you especially. To the children and grandchildren. He put the bar, noblesse oblige. The name Bouskila oblige. Yehi Ratzon, that he should be continuing to be a source of inspiration for all of us. To follow that ways, to be Moser Nefesh for Am Israel, in each an midot. By the way, I want to say something that the Rabbi said. When he was talking about Torah, he said, what is Torah? Torah is, he used to say that Ayin Tova. Ayin Tova. It's not have a good vision or nice color of eyes. Ayin Tova is to be able to look at everything around you in a good way. You don't get that because you were born. Like every midot, Rabbi David used to say, you have to work very hard to get it. Ayin Tova is a train to get to Leftov. He was a Ayin Tova and a Leftov, and Yehi Ratzon that we can emulate him. תהיה נשמתו צרורה בצרור החיים. ומחר השם אלוהים דמעם על כל פנים לחרפת עמו יסיר מעל כל הארץ, כי אדוני דיבר.